everyone, Amanda here. Today we are going to be doing a strength workout using a beach towel. We'll start with our warm-up. You can set your beach towel down and just get started with a nice easy march. Try to roll those shoulder blades back. Nice easy breathing here. If you've been sitting at a desk all day, you might find that your shoulders are a little rounded forward. Just try to pull them back, really open up through that chest. And we'll take it into a chest opener. So we're going to open up, turning the palms up and squeezing the shoulder blades together. Nice easy breathing. Exhale on the pull. Inhale on the way back in. 2 more here. And let's take it into a dip and reach. We're going to dip down and reach it up. Again, stretching that palm toward the ceiling, really lengthening through those lats. Nice easy breathing here. Make sure that your back is well warmed up before we get started. With our towel moves, we will be doing a lot of upper back and mid back movements. 2 more, and let's take it down, medium. That's it. Stretching across. Again, lengthening through the fingertips, pushing outward, really extending to stretch out that back. Breathing through this, we've got 2 more, and tricep sweeps side to side. Keep this up, extending through the back of the upper arm, breathing through it, getting that heart rate up. Now we are going to be moving on to hamstrings to get nice and warmed up before we go into deadlifts with the towel. 2 more, and shake it out. We're going to take this into a good morning. Place your fingertips just behind your ears, feet shoulder width apart. Open up through those elbows and hinge forward from the hips, pushing the bum back and back up. Back flat, chest out. Brace through the core. Don't worry too much about the depth of your good morning. The main thing here is to get that stretch through the hamstrings. Get nice and warm. Wake up those glutes. Push that bum back, push your chest out, press the heels into the floor. Breathing through this, we've got 1 more. And shake it out. Let's grab our beach towel. So we're going to hold the beach towel in an underhand grip, and the pinky fingers will be just outside of our thighs. And we're going to pull the towel taut to have a tight grip on the towel. Feet shoulder width apart. Start with the towel just in front of your thighs, and then roll your shoulder blades back so your chest is lifted and abs are pulled in. We're going to slide the towel down the front of the thighs to about the mid shin or just under the knees, depending on your flexibility. And we're going to pop back up. So we're going to go slow on the downward phase, fast on the up. Let's get ready to go for 12. Here we go. Hinge from the hips. Press the heels into the floor, pop up. So again, it's a slow downward phase with a quick up. Breathing through this. That towel should be pulled taut, so you're pulling outward the entire time to engage the shoulders and the grip, but we're also making sure that the towel is skimming the thighs the entire time. So the towel should be just grazing the front of your legs on every rep. Breathe through this. We've got 3 more. Hinge from the hips. Exhale, inhale. Remember, keep pulling outward. Don't forget about that grip strength. We've got 1 more here, and flip your grip. So we're going to go thumbs just outside of thigh width apart. Feet shoulder width apart. We're going to start at chest height, and I want you to set those shoulder blades back. We're going to pull in, rowing with the towel, with the elbows traveling slightly downward at 45 degrees. Let's go for 10 reps. Here we go. 10. Really squeeze the shoulder blades. 9. Get that pull. 8. You're pulling the towel outward, pulling taut the entire time. Exhale on the pull. Inhale on the way back in. You've got it. 4 more. Really squeeze. 3. Pulling back and down. 2. 1 more here. 1. Shake it out. Now we're going to go a little wider. So we're going to slide that hand out. So right hand is extended. Left arm is going to stay in position where it was from our row. From here, we've got a nice wide grip, And we're going to start with a bow and arrow. So you might need to adjust just slightly. You might need to go a little bit wider. Give yourself a test rep here. When you pull in, your hand should be right next to your chest with your elbow slightly down and the other arm stays in place. Nice wide stance. We're going for 8. Here we go. Let's pull, squeezing the shoulder blade back. Pull, breathing through this. 6. Get the back of the shoulder blade here. 5. Squeezing every rep. 4. The other arm stays stable. 3. Providing resistance. You've got this. 2. One more here. 1. Flip to the other side. Again, grip should be relatively the same, but you might need to adjust just slightly. Give yourself a little test rep here. Let's go for 8. Here we go. 8. 7. Really pull that shoulder blade back. 6. Breathing through this. 5. Abs are in. 4. Squeeze it up. 3. You've got this. 2. And 1. All right, shake it out. We're back to the top. Flip your grip. Underhand, pinkies just outside of thighs. Feet shoulder width apart. Pull the towel taut. Just a gentle bend in those elbows. Let's go for 12. Here we go. Slide down in that deadlift and pop back up. Slide down and exhale, pop up. That's it. I want you to really wake up those hamstrings by pressing your heels into the floor and almost exaggerate that chest out position. The back should remain flat through the entire movement. Keep pulling outward to engage the shoulders and grip strength. Breathe through this. You got it. 8 down. We've got 4 more. Really working through those hamstrings and glutes. Keep it up. Really squeeze. 2 left. Remember, pull the towel taut. Breathe through this. There's 1 more. All right, standing rows. Again, we're going to flip that grip. Overhand, thumbs just outside of thigh width. Let's go for 10. Set the shoulders back. Here we go. 10. Now remember, the elbows are traveling just slightly downward in this motion. Exhale. Inhale. Breathe through this. 7. Really pull outward. 6. Engaging your grip strength. 5. Working through that upper body. 4. Get that squeeze in the shoulder blades. 3. And the mid back. 2. 1 more. All right, shake it out. We're going back to bow and arrows. Nice wide stance. Widen your grip. Right arm out. Left arm is extended in front of the chest. Chest lifted. Here we go. Pull. 8. Breathing through this. 7. Get that shoulder blade squeeze. 6. 5. Exhale on the pull. 4. Breathing through it. 3. Elbow traveling slightly down. 2. 1 more here. 1. Over to the other side. Ready? Let's go. 8. Squeeze. 7. Pulling that shoulder blade back. 6. Breathe through it. 5. Exhale. 4. Abs are in. 3. You've got this. 2. And 1. All right, shake it out. 1 last round. Now we're going to switch up our deadlifts a little bit. This time we're going to do an overhand grip. So take the ends of your towel and wrap them tightly around your hands. That's going to help you really engage those shoulders so there's even more resistance there. Feet shoulder width apart, lift through the chest, pull the shoulder blades back and down, and let's go for 12. Here we go. Once again, pulling outward and keeping the thumbs dragging just along the front of the thigh. Inhale, exhale, that's it. Push the chest out. Really engage your shoulders. You're pulling outward on the towel as you deadlift. And if we were doing this with a barbell, the barbell would also be skimming the front of the legs on the deadlift. So the nice thing about using the towel is that we don't have to worry about bumping the knee as we come up and down. So you can get really tight to the body without having to worry about the resistance hitting you. And back up, shake it out. We've got rows. We're gonna flip our grip again. Underhand, so pinkies just outside of thigh width. This time we're gonna start a little lower, rib cage height. Set your shoulder blades back. Let's go for 10. Here we go. Pull, 10. Now you'll notice that your elbows are pointed more downward in this one than in the overhand grip. That's totally normal. Come in, touch the rib cage, back out. Exhale, pull. You're always pulling that towel taut, keeping tension on. Really working through the grip here. Breathing through this, 3 more, 3. Exhale, 1 more. And shake it out. One last move here. Instead of bow and arrows, we're gonna switch this up to a lateral raise. So on this one, my right hand is going to be palm facing up. My left hand is palm facing down. Now from here, we're gonna have a fairly wide grip. My right hand is going to be doing the lifting while my left hand is simply holding it and anchoring it down. So it's just following along with what the right hand is doing. We're going to pull directly to the side and back out. We're using that right side. Chest lifted, gentle bend in the knees. Let's go for 8. 8. Bringing the arms straight out to the side, almost like you're making a T. That arm should not be flaring forward. You should feel this deep in the shoulder. And remember, you're pulling with the right. The left is just coming along for the ride. 2 more here. 2, 1 more, and 1. Flip your grip, and let's switch sides. One hand over, one hand under. So the shoulder blades back. Let's go to the left side. Here we go. 8. And remember, that shoulder is coming straight out to the side. It's not flaring forward. So we're pulling just ever so slightly backward as we come out to the side. Lifting and squeezing through the shoulder blade. Breathing through this. We've got 2 more. 1 left here. And shake it out. Grab a water break, catch a breather, and I'll demo our next move. We've got a lunge with an overhead raise. So for this one, we're gonna do 6 per side for a total of 12. In our lunge position, we're gonna have 1 leg forward, 1 leg back in a stationary lunge. Now, if lunges are not comfortable for your knees, you can do this one in a split stance, simply holding the split stance. It's really up to you. If you're comfortable with those lunges, get nice and low with a big split stance here. We're gonna start at chest height, and it's a fairly wide grip. I'm outside of shoulders on my grip. And from here, I'm going to lower down and pull overhead so that my upper arm is aligning with the ear at the top of the movement. Let's get ready to go for 6. Now remember which leg is forward. Right leg forward here, lift the chest. Here we go. Pull up, 6. Breathing through this. 5. Squeezing the shoulder blades back. 4. Now don't rush through these. 3. Try to stay as upright as you can without leaning forward. 2. 1 more here, pulling outward. 1. Keep that grip. Switch the forward foot. Step it back. Start at chest height. Set the shoulder blades back. Let's go for 6 more. Here we go. Breathing through it. 6. Really opening up through the hips. 5. Getting that shoulder raise. Pulling just ever so slightly backwards to push range of motion. We've got 2 more here. 1 left. And shake it out. We're going to take this into a Peck Fly. So place your beach towel just behind your back. And you're going to place your hands all the way to the ends, depending on the length of your towel. Now my towel is at my rib cage, behind my back, feet shoulder width apart. We're going to go nice and wide with the palms facing forward. Lift the chest. We're going to pull in, almost like we're going to give a big hug. Let's go for 10. Ready? Here we go. Exhale, pull. Now with this one, keep your chest lifted. Try not to let your head bob forward. You got it. Exhale. Inhale, working through the front of the shoulder and the pecs. 6. Breathing through this. 5. Abs are in. 4. Remember to stand tall. 3. Gentle bend in those knees. 2. 1 more here. 1. Ooh, shake it out. We're gonna take it into a bicep curl. Bring it forward, underhand grip. Pinkies just outside of thighs, feet shoulder width apart. Elbows are in, nice and tight to the torso. It's shoulder blades back. Lift the chest. Let's go for 8. Here we go. Pull. 8. Nice and slow here. 7. We don't want to rush through these reps. Exhale on the curl up and inhale on the lower. We've got 4 more. 4. Breathing through this. 3. You're almost there. 2. Keep pulling outward on the towel. 1. Whew. All right, let's go back to lunges. We're going outside of shoulder width with an overhand grip. Let's go into that staggered stance or lunge, whatever's comfortable for you. Starting at chest height, set the shoulder blades back. Let's lift up for 6. Here we go. Breathing through this. 6. Now remember to use that staggered stance at any point if your knees have any pain in the lunge position. Breathing through this. Lift up nice and high. You're pulling slightly backward, working the back of the shoulder blades and pushing range of motion. And other foot comes forward. Chest height, shoulder blades back. Let's go. Breathing through this. 6. Abs are in. 5. Keep pulling outward on the towel. 4. Breathing through this. 3. You've got it. 2. One more here. And 1. All right, shake it out here. We're going back to our Peck Flies. Place that towel behind your back at rib cage height. Hands all the way to the ends. Feet shoulder width apart. Lift your chest. Let's go for 10. Here we go. Pull. 10. Breathing through this. 9. Get that squeeze. 8. Keep the chest lifted. 7. Remember, don't let those shoulders cave forward. Stand tall. Exhale on the pull inward. That's it. 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. Bicep curls. So, underhand grip. Pinkies just outside of thighs. Lift the chest. Let's go. Pull the towel taut. 8. Really pull in and squeeze the biceps at the top of the movement. Breathing through this. Once again, don't let those shoulders cave forward. We want good, strong posture here. Abs are in, belly button pulled in. Bracing through the core. One more here. Woo. All right, shake it out. One last round. Now we're gonna switch up our lunge a little bit. Again, if you have any knee pain, go ahead and do that staggered stance instead. And with this one, you can add a forward step. Now we're gonna add a forward lunge. So, same grip, overhand, wider than shoulders. Lift the chest. We're going to lunge forward and down. Let's go for 6 on either side. Here we go. Breathing through this. 6. Pull the shoulder blades back. 5. Now remember, if there's any knee pain, just do a forward step in that staggered stance. 3. Exhale. 2. Pulling the shoulder blades back. You're almost there. 1. Over to the other leg. Here we go. Breathing through this. 6. Nice and low here. 5. Pressing up through the heel. Breathe. That's it. You got this. 2 more here. 2. 1 left. And 1. Whew, shake it out. We're back to Peck Flies, but we're going to switch it up just a little bit. So once again, place your towel behind your rib cage. This time, we are going to have our thumbs pointed down. So we're going to come in, so the sides of our fists, where our thumbs are going to touch. All right, stand tall. Turn the thumbs slightly down. Lift the chest. Let's go for 10. Here we go. 10. Woo, really feeling the front of the shoulders with this variation in our grip. Breathing through this. Inhale. Exhale. That's it. 4. 3. Abs are in. 2. And 1. Biceps. We're going to flip our grip again. So palms facing down this time. Thumbs just outside of thigh width apart. Lift the chest. Shoulder blades back. Pull the towel taut. Let's go for 8. Really squeeze. 8. You're really going to feel the forearms working here, especially if you're pulling outward and you're holding a strong grip on that towel. Exhale, pull. That's it. Breathing through this. Keep those elbows in nice and tight. You got it. 3. 2. 1 more here. 1. All right, shake it out. Grab a water break. Catch a breather. We're going to take this to a walking deadlift. So while you're grabbing your water break, quick demo here. We're going to have a staggered stance. We're going to need a little bit of room to walk 6 steps forward. We're going to turn around and walk 6 steps back. So give yourself a bit of space, but if you don't have enough, you can turn around at any point. Feet will be shoulder width apart with the back toe aligned with the front foot arch, overhand grip on the towel. And just like we did with our first set of good mornings, we're gonna let that skim the front of the legs. All right, might cut out for a moment, lift through the chest. Ready? Here we go. Hinge from the hips. 1, step it forward with the opposite foot. 2, breathing through this. You've got this. 3, you're skimming that forward leg with the towel, pressing the heel into the floor. You've got it. 5, one more here, and 6. Now let's turn around. We're gonna go back for 6 more. Here we go. 7, step it forward. Hinge from the hips. 8, skim that forward leg. 9, we're going for 12 here. 10, really stretching through those hamstrings. Chest out. 11, one more here. And 12. Woo, shake out those legs. We're gonna take this into our shoulder dislocations. We're gonna go nice and wide. So overhand grip, and these sound worse than they are. We're gonna start at chest height, bring it back behind the lower back and forward. So make sure you've got enough room to move freely with those shoulders. You might have to widen your grip on that first rep if you need to. Lift through the chest. Let's go for 10. 10. Now we're gonna take these fairly quickly. 9, widen your grip as needed. Just slide the hands out a little wider if that's not comfortable for you. This one should feel like a good stretch. We're really working through that range of motion here. 4, 3, you've got this. 2, one more here. 1. Whew. All right, shake it out. We're gonna go into an overhand grip. Again, pinkies just out, or thumbs rather, just outside of thigh width apart. Feet shoulder width apart. We're gonna start at belly button height. Set the shoulder blades back. We're gonna go into a front raise at shoulder height and back down to belly button height. Now remember, we are pulling the towel taut the entire time. Let's start at belly button height. Let's go for 8. Here we go. Pull outward. 8. Use the back of your shoulder blades to offset. 7. What the front of the shoulder blades are doing. 6. You're always pulling backwards. 5. Resisting against the front of the shoulders. 4. Breathing through this. 3. You can do it. 2. Keep pulling outward. And 1. Whew. All right, let's take it back to our deadlifts. Walking for 12. Overhand grip. Once again, staggered stance. 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Lift through the chest. Let's go for 12. Here we go. Skim the front of the legs and pop up. Step forward. Skim the front of the legs, pressing the heels into the floor. You're hinging from the hips, keeping the back flat and the chest pushed out. Brace for the core by keeping those abs in as much as possible. Try to pull your belly button in. 1 more in this direction, then we're gonna switch it up and turn around, come back the other way. We've got 6 more. Here we go. Hinge from the hips. 6. Step forward. 5. Breathing through this. 4. Exhale on the way up. Abs are in. 3. You got it. Step forward. 2. Remember, you're always pulling outward. And 1. Whew. Shake out those hamstrings. We are going back to our shoulder dislocations. We're going to go really wide here on that towel. Start at chest height. Set the shoulder blades back. Let's go up and over, down to the lower back. 10. Remember, fairly fast pace. 9. Breathing through it. 8. This one should feel like a good stretch. 7. Keep this up. 6. Pushing through it. 5. 4. You've got it. 3. 2. And 1. We're back to front raises. So once again, slide those hands in. Again, we're on that overhand grip, feet shoulder width apart. Start at belly button height. Remember to set those shoulder blades back. Here we go. 8. Remember, you're pulling outward the entire time. 7. Breathing through this. 6. Working the front and back of the shoulders. 5. Gentle bend in those knees, abs in. 4. Exhale on the way up. 3. Keep this going. 2. 1 more here. 1. Whew. All right, shake it out. Now, slight variation, if you like, you can stick with the walking deadlifts, or you can join me by putting your foot up onto a step or onto a chair. So if you have stairs or an aerobic step or a stool in your workout space, you can go ahead and elevate one foot. So if you want, you can keep going with the walking deadlifts if that works for your space, or you can elevate one foot, step the other foot out so there's just a gentle bend in that knee. My heel is about 10 inches from the step, and from here I'm going to have that overhand grip. Place the towel just in front of the thigh, lift through the chest, and we're going to hinge forward for 6. Here we go. Slide the towel down, and you won't be able to go as far. 6. Whew. That's really going to work those hamstrings as well as balance. So you might notice this one to be quite challenging for the glutes because the glutes have to stabilize through this whole movement. We've got 2 more on this side, 1 more here, and then we'll switch the forward foot. All right, switch it up. So switch those feet, place the other foot on the step. Once again, pulling the towel taut, lifting through the chest. Let's go for 6. Here we go. Breathing through this. 6. Now you won't be able to go quite as far down. That's okay, just go to the depth that feels right for your hamstrings. When you feel that hamstring really kick in and you feel that stretch, that's about as far as you want to go. And 1 more here, keeping that back flat. Really challenging for balance. Ooh, all right, shake it out. We're gonna go back to our shoulder dislocations. So we're gonna go nice and wide, overhand grip. 10 of these, here we go. 10, 9, I love this stretch. 8, really opens up the chest. Feels really good, especially if you've been sitting at a desk all day. Breathe through this. 5, exhale, 4, 3, you can do it. 2, 1 more here, 1. Whew, 1 more set of front raises. So once again, thumbs just outside of thigh width, feet shoulder width apart. Start at belly button height and set your shoulders back. Here we go. 8, you've got it. 7, really squeeze here. 6, abs are in. 5, 4. Now after we finish this round of 8, we're not done yet. We're going to switch up our range of motion just a little bit. So start at chest height. Let's go up, pull. That's it. We're going for 8 more. Breathing through this. 3. Try to pull back gently, but as much as you can. You're going to try to bring those arms near the ears. 2 more. 1 left. And shake it out. Grab a water break here, catch a breather. We're going to take our moves to the mat. So I'm going to grab my mat and get set up for some floor exercises. So whenever you're ready, place your mat on the floor and grab your towel. We are going to start out with a dead bug with a pull. Now the typical dead bug would involve moving our arms at the same time as moving the legs, but in our towel version, our arms are going to be pulling the towel taut the entire time over chest height with arms just wider than shoulder width. Place your head down on your mat. Lift your knees and feet up so that your hips, knees, and ankles are all at 90 degrees, pushing the heels out. From here, squeeze your shoulder blades, pressing the back of the shoulder blades down into the mat, and let's extend right leg out so the back of the right heel touches the floor. Bring it in. Extend left leg out, keep pulling, and really brace through the core. We're going for 12 here. Abs are in. Breathing through this. Remember, keep pressing the back of the shoulder blades down into the mat as you brace through your trunk, squeezing those abs. And remember to keep your head on the floor. We don't want to add any strain to the neck in these movements. Keep this up. We've got 2 more. Pulling outward. 1 left here. And place the feet down on the floor. We're going to lift up into a bridge position, keeping our hands in that same grip. Lift up nice and high with the hips, pressing the heels into the floor. From here, extend the arms, touch the back of the hands down to the floor and then lift back up. Again, try not to add any strain to the neck. You're keeping your head relaxed. Keep pushing your hips up nice and high, working through the glutes, hamstrings, and lower back as you work through range of motion for the upper body. So we're just getting a nice stretch for the upper back and shoulders, but we're keeping tension on those glutes. Breathing through this. We've got 3 more here. Abs in, you can do it. 2 left. Don't let your hips drop down. We've got 1 more here. And lower the hips. Let's go up to a seated position. From here, we're going to take this into a seated row. So take your towel, loop it around your feet, and from here, holding on to the ends of your towel, we're going to pull and lift the chest. So lift your chest up nice and tall, imagining that there's a string pulling your chest up toward the ceiling, and now pull the towel in. So bend through the elbows, you're pulling inward, holding, squeezing through the mid-back and shoulders. You should feel tension building in the mid-back. We're gonna hold that posture strong, breathing through this. 3, 2, 1, and then just let yourself round, loosen your grip, and let's go back down to our dead bug. So once again, head, neck, and shoulders on the mat, pull the towel taut, lift those hips up, press the heels out. Let's go for 12. Here we go. 1, breathing through, you've got this. 2, pushing the heel out. 3, the back of the heel should touch down to the floor or mat. Keep this up. Abs are in, brace. Remember, you're pulling outward. Don't forget about that grip. That's really going to make the core work even harder. 4 more. 4, breathing through this. 3, you're almost there. 2, keep pulling outward. And 1. All right, let's lower those feet down, lift up into that bridge. This time we're going to add a press. So we're going to start at the chest, elbows pointed to 45, lift those hips up nice and high. Let's go for 10 presses. Here we go, push it up, 10, and down. 9, you're pulling outward the entire time. 8, keep those hips elevated. 7, abs are in. 6, breathe through it. 5, work through that chest. 4, push through. 3, 2, almost there. 1, and lower the hips down. Let's come up to a seated position. Another postural move here. We're gonna sit with our legs extended. However, if your hip flexors need a break, you can sit cross-legged. We're going to go into a press. So hands just outside of shoulder width apart. We're gonna start at nose height, lift the chest as though there's a string pulling your chest up. And we're gonna press the towel up and then back down to nose height. Ready? Let's go for 8. Here we go. 8. So you're pushing up and then just slightly pulling backwards. And this should feel very challenging for the postural muscles in your core. Breathe through this. Remember, it's a press up and just a slight pull back. 3 more here. Standing tall, try not to round in that position. 1 left, you got it. And shake it out. There's 1 last round. We're gonna take it to our dead bug once again. This time we're gonna switch up our leg position just a little bit. So from here, you can extend a little bit more with just a slight bend in the knee. Again, press the heels up toward the ceiling. And from here, we're gonna drop down, touch the heel to the floor, just with a slightly longer limb. Lift through the chest, ready? Let's go for 12. Here we go, touch the back of the heel down and lift up. If at any time this move is hard on your lower back, you can stick with the regular dead bug position for the legs, and that will have a little bit less intensity to it, so you can mitigate the lower back pain and adjust accordingly. 4 more. 4, breathing through it. 3, you're almost there. 2, 1 left here. 1. We've got one more bridge. Lower those feet down, but we're gonna go wider here. So walk your feet out. Toes should be flaring outward. From here, we're gonna lift up nice and high, and then turn so that one hand is over the head and one hand is underneath, and we're pulling outward. And then we're gonna turn again. So we're holding the glutes in position, and we're pulling outward, just working through range of motion for the shoulders and the back, and try to stay stable as you turn the towel. Breathing through this. Now you might find that your knees want to flare slightly inward. Try to press your knees out so that you're squeezing through the glutes and not letting them drop down. One more here. And lower the hips down. One last postural move to finish off. And you can sit cross-legged for this. We're just gonna go through a torso twist here. So we're gonna flip our grip, palms facing in, lift the chest to set the shoulder blades back. And this is gonna look like we're gripping at the top of a bicep curl. From here, we're gonna twist gently to the right, back to the middle, twist over to the left. And we're going for 8 here, alternating sides, pulling outward on the towel to engage the shoulder blades. And we're just loosening up through the back and core here in that twist, working through range of motion for the spine. We've got 4 more. Breathing through this. 2 left here, then we're gonna stretch it out. 1 more. Whew. All right, let's stretch. We are going to use our towel. So let's stretch out our calves. Take your towel, wrap it around the ball of the foot on one side. Bring your towel together. And then from here, you can bend that other knee or extend, whatever feels comfortable for you. And from here, just pull your toes in toward you. Try to lift your chest. That will help to really stretch through that hamstring as well. So pull the toes in toward your torso, keeping that chest lifted, really lengthening through the back of the leg. Breathing through this. And then just let your shoulders round, loosen, and let that toe come forward. Take it over to the other side. Place the towel around the ball of the foot. Again, you can hold that other leg loose. Take the towel into 2 hands and then pull toward you and try to lift your chest up nice and high. Stretching through those calves by pulling the toes toward you, and you might get that stretch to the hamstring as well. Nice big exhale. If you find yourself holding your breath at all while you're stretching, just try to make sure that you drop those shoulders down and try to relax the upper body as much as you can. And whew. All right, set your towel aside, come into a cross-legged position. Let's stretch out the chest, clasp those hands behind, roll the shoulder blades back. This one's gonna feel pretty good after all of those postural movements. Try to pull the shoulders and elbows back, really opening up through the pecs. Once again, nice easy breathing. If you find yourself holding your breath, try to exhale slowly and let that heart rate come down. Give your posture a little break by walking your hands forward and then just dropping down, relaxing through the shoulders. And walk it back in. Let's stretch out those shoulders. Take that right arm, pull it across. Take the left arm and pull inward. Now, if this feels easy, try to pull in just a little tighter. Sit up nice and tall and stretch through the front of the shoulders. With all of the front raises and overhead raises that we did, this one's gonna feel pretty good. Nice big exhale. And let's take it over to the other side. Cross it over, pulling inward, lift through that chest. Breathing through this. And relax that arm. Lastly, let's turn the head over to the side, nose over shoulder, and over to the other side. Breathing through this back to the right. and the left. Once more on either side. And last one here. And shake out those shoulders. We're all done for today. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you again soon.